A guilty verdict for a Jackson man on trial for first-degree murder, shooting into a vehicle, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. 32-year-old Troy Landon Harris was involved in a violent shooting spree August 3rd, 2023, along Nashville Street here in Jackson. 47-year-old Kelvin Irving was killed. Two men, Tavarius Melvin and Darius Friday, were injured. Melvin was shot in the neck while driving to visit a friend. Friday was hit in the arm and chest after Harris approached his vehicle and opened fire. Harris was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years for the crimes.